Done and dusted, right, against a backdrop of rather challenging economic conditions in the country. Is there any residue on the markets this week, or at least at the start of the week, from the elections last week?
Well, it's very hard to say because the same week we're having elections, also the US came out with the good jobs numbers that also drove markets into the green, as you've been saying previously before this conversation. We see all the markets throughout the world, Europe, we're seeing Asia with the Nikkei up 2.4%. Like even the all-share index is also up today. So I'm not sure whether it's the election results or it's just, we're following a global trend. It's also good to see that the rand actually is also stronger from a weaker dollar.
Yeah, we'll get to the rand in a moment, but we see the ratings agencies responding. I mean, Fitch warning against a possible ANC move towards populist policies. Standard & Poor's saying it's worried that the ANC may just be more preoccupied with political contestation than with the economy itself. But Moodys hoping the ruling party may now look at more friendly market policies. How do you read this?
Yeah, well, I mean, Moodys and all the other ratings agencies, they're correct. I mean, South Africa needs to be more, have policies that are more business friendly, that are going to push the smaller entrepreneurial companies, the startups, the likes of those companies, to be more, to be able to stand on their own 2 feet, basically. That's what these policies should be working towards. So I'm with Fitch and Moodys on this one. We should do more on that front.
So you were talking to us a little earlier there on the rand there. Strong US jobs numbers hit the rand over the weekend. I mean, that strong numbers in the US, strengthening the case for an interest rate hike in the US. The currency just took a bit of a dive, but it strengthened again this morning. Where do you see this currency going from this point? Strong enough for you? We haven't seen these sort of strong levels in a while. I mean, not so long ago, February, the rand was at 15.17. 15.17, and right now we're sitting around 13.70 or just below that. I think what I just saw now on my screen, it was 13.67. Like you're saying, it's been we've had a stronger dollar. Now we have a weaker dollar. That's now obviously translating as a strengthening rand, but in terms of what the Fed might do going forward, we're not quite sure yet because, I mean, the Fed will do what they will do when they see fit. We can't really call it, right? You can't forecast to say what the Fed is going to do with the rates and their policies. Mm-hmm. All right, so MTN South Africa now saying that it will spend more than 300 million rand to revamp its 430 stores. It's part of a turnaround plan for the business. This after reporting weaker results from the 6 months to June. I would imagine that this is really targeted towards getting that subscriber base number higher. It's lost here in South Africa. What do you make of this new plan?
Correct. Spending 300 million rands trying to revamp the stores and make the company vibrant again and the brand actually stronger to get more subscribers, like you're saying, is a good strategy. I back that one. And at Vestact, we actually do hold MTN. Looking at the actual results, like you're saying, they reported a loss, a first half loss because of obviously the big fine that they had to show on the balance sheet, the Nigerian fine. But I mean, looking at the stronger rand again, it's working in favor for MTN. If they like to pay the fine in actual rands, as we have seen as of recent, the Nigerian naira has been weakening against the dollar, whereas the rand has been strengthening. This is good news for them. It means essentially, if you look at the fine itself in rands, it's getting smaller somehow. This is good. It's all good for MTN. But now the focus really is that strategy. You hope that it does pay off, and you find new subscribers and new guys saying, "Hey, look, I want to get an MTN SIM card or an MTN contract." But what I liked in the actual MTN result is that they're focusing more on actually getting more people to buy their handset. So they're increasing that front more because it's more profitable. And we see that data is becoming more and more relevant, as now it's almost contributing a third of their earnings That's good to see. And the likes, we always say, the likes of WhatsApps and all these apps that actually use a lot of data, like Pokemon Go, are good for these telecom companies, because the more data you spend, the more you're going to spend on the likes of MTN buying that data. And this is good for the company, and it's good for the earnings. So hopefully the MTN strategy does actually play out as planned.
All right, surely. Very quickly, and then I just want to end with the economy. We've got manufacturing output figures out this week, and I suppose, just given the dismal state, we want those numbers to be impressive. What do you think we're likely to see on the manufacturing front this week?
I can't actually forecast on and to say what can we expect. What I can say is that good manufacturing numbers will be good for our country, and that's what we want to see. And maybe hopefully we actually dodge that technical recession of not growing fast enough, and we surprise the rating agencies that say we actually going to grow at 0%, which I'm really totally against, because I think South Africa is still growing.
All right, we'll leave it there. Khumalo from Vestact, thanks very much indeed for talking to us.